So 1 and 2, you saw many of the pages within 1 and 2. So I thought that today I'd briefly try to go through and show you bits of volume 3, 4, and 5. And maybe share a little bit about what I thought worked well for 2016, and then perhaps some changes or things that I wasn't especially in love with. So I don't do much for just kind of, the cover of an album or this kind of first page. It's just kind of what it is for me. So it's hard for me to remember which pages I might have shared, but volume 3 started at the beginning of July, and this was a camping trip for us. So that was week 27. I know I shared week 28, and I think I shared on this particular week. I didn't have a lot of photos, so I blew one up. You can go back in and see the process video for this week 28. I know week 29 I also shared with you. Oh wow. This is week 30 of the summer. Let's see, this was our summer vacation in Key West. And this ended up with several inserts. So this is one of the challenges that I face. When we take like a really big holiday break or something really amazing happens, I end up with several inserts. So again, this particular week had 3, which is a lot, but I didn't feel like there was anything that I wanted to leave out. We were gone for a week, so there was a lot to cover. This particular spread, week 32, is probably one of my favorite of the whole year. I know I shared the process video for this week, but I really like the color palette. I'm still in love with using the printable labels. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorite weeks of the entire 2016 year. So let's see, I know I shared week 33, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, but I also ended up creating an insert, which I did not share that part of the process in the video at least. Okay, week 34, some everyday stuff. Let's see, another camping getaway for our family. This color palette is a black and gold, and an insert because we were away on our kind of last vacation of the summer with friends camping. Let's see, did I share this one? I can't remember. I don't think so for some reason. I really like this one though. The black and white, but the pops of color. So this is another one of my favorite weeks. This is week 36. So this is an example of something I don't love. I often like kind of creating a title card with a little bit of pattern paper on the bottom, and I can't exactly put my finger on why I don't love this title card, but I don't. I also don't love this card here, and if I remember correctly, I actually struggled a bit to complete this one because I had these different patterns and I was trying to make them work. But in the end, I just said, you know what, week 37 is done. So that happens sometimes, right? Where for whatever reason, you're not in love with the color palette, some of the embellishments you use, or things just don't kind of come together. They don't make music, shall we say. But that's okay, right? I got the stories in, and that's it. I think I did share this week, and I really like this one again. So one of the things that I know I will be doing moving into 2017 is continuing to use a lot of the white Becky Higgins cards, whether it's the white 3x4 or the white 4x6. I really do like having kind of the white as the foundation and then using some of the more colorful kind of more celebratory, I suppose, Project Life cards to add color. And I think I will continue to also use the printables as well. So that's, I think, a technique that works really well for me. Okay, see, this is another one of me cutting the pattern on the side, and I don't love that either. It's so weird now that I'm looking at this. I do this, but I don't love it. So I think I'm gonna need to find something else to do, or maybe I will rethink how I do title cards. Maybe that's it. Maybe I will stop doing title cards on the 4x6, and maybe I will start making a 3x4 my title card. Yes, that thought just came to me. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Not a lot of, in fact, I only journaled just a bit on a handful of labels. Not a lot of journaling here. Just kind of straightforward. And then really hardly anything for week 41. It was homecoming for my son, so I included a few homecoming pictures, but that's about it. Okay, so volume 3 gets me to the middle of October, which is not too bad, I suppose. Okay, so then volume 4, all right, let's see. Again, just really straightforward, not much there. Okay, so this week I like, but again, I don't love the title card. So I'm having just such an aha moment. I will, not all the time, but if there's a show that's really catching my interest, I will journal about it. In this case, I think that was the first or second episode of Walking Dead this season, they killed off Glenn. I mean, it was so traumatic for me and my son. So I wanted to make sure I included this picture and just journaled a bit about that. Sometimes I take a picture of me hauling the kids off to carpool. My family and other families, we kind of all help each other out with the carpool. And so I just wanted to just quickly note that. In the album, some of the girls that I mentor came over to the house, and so I wanted to include that. I really do like this layout as well. I did create a process video for this one. This title card I think worked out okay for me, but it is horizontal, so that's interesting. Just kind of taking note. All right, I'm gonna run through some of these other ones and I'll try not to talk so much. Okay, let's see here. There's an insert in this layout. Okay, another insert in this one. And you know, I really do. So I think one of the things I realized is I like this, either like a really bright color palette with the white background, or I like the kind of pastel colors. So this particular spread is standing out to me and I like that. And the other thing for me is that I really do enjoy when I take the time to journal with details. So having this whole 4x6 card, which I created the journaling in my computer, not using my typewriter. This is probably like a 9.5 font. But I love being able to really read and get the nitty gritty when I'm able to do that. And the best way that that happens is when I create the week short after that week passes, rather than being like 4 or 6 weeks behind. Or not behind, but just journaling later. If I journal in the moment, I find that my journaling is a lot more detailed, a lot more reflective than when I wait to journal. So I guess a solution to that, if you have a similar experience, would be in one of the apps, either the Collect app or something like that, that even if you don't have time, even if I don't have time to sit down and complete the spread, I can still go ahead and journal with the kind of details. So when I have the opportunity to go back, I really have kind of the in the moment feelings and experiences. Okay. So then this week 47 was Thanksgiving weekend, and we always go to spend Thanksgiving with my mother's family. It's a big thing, like 40 of us all gather to eat, laugh, and just love on each other. Now, normally this week has a lot of inserts. I have a lot of photographs. This week, what I decided to do is just to create little 2x2s and place them on this 4x6 card. That actually worked quite well. And so I will attempt to remember to do that when I have really, really busy weeks with a lot going on. That one way to accommodate so many photos is to place 6 on a 4x6 card. So that's something that I want to continue to do in the future. Okay. Another thing that I will note, in addition to printing this kind of smaller, I don't know, a 2x3 photograph for the 3x4 cards. I've been doing two different sizes for the 4x6, so either this square or this more rectangular one. Both of them leave plenty of white space. I could, I suppose, print the whole 4x6 photograph, but as I think I mentioned earlier, I really do like having kind of this bit of white space on the side, either for additional journaling, for a printable label, or for a little small embellishment. So I think that's something that I will continue to do moving into 2017 as well. Okay, so week 48. See, look, I did it here. I used a 3x4 card as my title card. I'm doing that in 2017. New rule. So December 1st begins in the middle of the week. I think it was a Thursday. And so I just created this little, you know, insert here, I suppose, with the transparency, polka dot transparency, and a little bit of some pattern paper, some old pattern paper. I can't remember the manufacturer. Anyway, that just kind of is the break that I wanted to include. So my goal was to have each day of December with its own sheet, its own 6x12 page protector. So December 1, just a little bit of journaling. My hubby was looking at some couches. We didn't get it. I told him he had lost his mind, but it was a nice couch. World AIDS Day, so I wanted to include that. I saw many people included this little cozy from Starbucks, and so I included one as well. And it's worth noting that I did not purchase a December daily kit from anywhere. I currently receive 3 kits. Do not tell my husband. He would probably say I've lost my mind. So I have Studio Calico, Scraptastic, and Allie Edwards. So I feel like, given the fact that I have 3 kits that I subscribe to, which is, I really needed to give one up. I'm just not sure which one. That I could make do. Not even make do. I had ample supplies to use what I have to create my December daily kind of format here. So I pulled out items that had gold, and so I really almost created my own little kit, pulling out items that I thought would work nicely for the month of December. I also used one of Allie Edwards' little envelopes and used that to include some additional photographs and even the receipt from our Christmas tree as well. My husband took me on a date, and they had a coaster on the table from this really cool restaurant, so I wanted to include that. But there's an insert. This is just for December 2nd or 3rd. We went to pick up trees on, that's December 3rd. We went to pick up trees as well on the 3rd, which was really fun and enjoyable. On the 4th, not much going on. I didn't actually get the tree up. Well, I got the tree in water and standing, but that was it. So I just quickly journaled about that. The boys are still in school. I'm still busy working. So there wasn't a lot of holiday festivities for us going on at the beginning of the month. My commute home one rainy December night, December 6th. So that's what I journaled about. Hadn't even put up all of the decorations, but had taken the buckets out. And so I took a quick picture of that. And that's what I talked about in my journaling. And again, pretty straightforward with just some simple journaling. We finally got the tree up and decorated. And so I noted that and created this little insert with the close-up of the tree and the number 8, because this is December 8th. And this is just a piece of white cardstock that I folded in half to make it a little bit sturdy, and then I just placed photographs on either side. So for the 8th and for the 9th. And because, again, our house, I mean, I've got items up and it's looking festive, but everybody's still in their normal kind of daily grind. What I decided to do was just take some photos around the house of the different ornaments and the decorations. So these are 2 little decorations that we have on a little bookcase in the kitchen. And so that was the background for 9. But I suppose the real big thing for us was that my little guy was playing around the December 9th and slipped in the basement, or tripped. And came upstairs. He said his arm hurt. He was screaming. I said, you probably bruised it. Sit down. I put ice on it. The next morning, it was still sore. I put ice on it. I wrapped it up and sent him to school. By the time I picked him up, his arm was the size of a log. It was huge. So took him to the hospital, ER. I thought they would say maybe he sprained it. No, the doctor came back, said he broke it. I said, you're kidding me. She said, no, not only did he break it, but he broke it in 2 places. So that's what I journaled about there. There's a picture of them taking the x-ray. But we survived. I couldn't even get in any pictures on the 9th. I was just, or on the 10th. That was the whole breaking the bone and all that was just too much. So took a picture of this ornament swag. I created this last year. It was from Pinterest. Basically, you take this big long piece of string and you place the ornaments on the string. And so rather than using the greenery as a swag down the staircase, I have this colorful ornament swag. I like it. It's a little bit modern. The pop of the color is really kind of funky and fun. So I just took a quick picture of that for the 10th and another picture of the tree for the 11th, but no journaling. That was that. So the 4th volume then gets us to December 11th. All right, I'm gonna try to move faster. I said I was gonna stop talking. And then this is it, really quickly, the final volume, volume 5, and I just used a white envelope again with the little transparency that I picked up at Michael's to note that this is a continuation of December, just basic journaling of what's kind of going on for us. Kids are still in school, ugly sweater that I was helping my son make for school, the dumb t-shirt that one of the little guy wore to school, another little insert, and I just kind of sealed up this little envelope so I could put a little bit of glitter and fun stuff. On their first day of winter break, my baby boy jumped in bed with me, and that was totally precious and awesome, and so I wanted to capture that and include it. Just a little bit of journaling about traditions in terms of preparing for Christmas. My mother-in-law arrived. We were preparing the sweet potatoes. I made 12 sweet potato pies, so I wanted to note that and just kind of what was going on with us on the 23rd and 24th. Again, each day getting its own page, except for the 25th, which ended up with 1 insert, 2 inserts. Okay, that's not bad. And this, in this case, I actually used one of the Studio Calico little pockets and added extra photographs, right? And so I thought that worked really well. And that's something that I think I would do again just in general. And then just put some little sticky words on the top, Merry Christmas. So that's the 25th. And, oh, this is more of the 25th. See, I lied. So that's, yeah, the 25th is 1, 2, another 25th page. Eating, playing games. One of the things we do now that the boys are getting older is they get games for Christmas. So on Christmas Day, when everybody comes over to eat, we play board games. We play card games. Just have a blast. Before everybody left, we took a big group photo on the staircase, which was pretty awesome and fun. It took us like 5 tries, which was absolutely hilarious. More games, hanging out with my mother-in-law, and she played dominoes and backgammon with the kids. It was just glorious, glorious, glorious. The kids playing with their new Christmas toys, the longboard, laptop, and more games. We played Uno. We played a new game called Kingdom. A lot of fun. Can be played over and over again, and every single time it's just a bit different. So wanted to journal about how special that is. On the 29th, some friends came by. I prepared a lovely spread, a meal for them, with my favorite salad, which is spinach, baby kale, yummy crisp apples, cranberries, pecans, and goat cheese, but I used blue cheese this time. It was amazing. So they ate up, getting the house a little bit back in order. Our first snowflake of the, well, for December at least. And then New Year's. And New Year's, we stayed home. The boys always get to pick their favorite meal, which has been for a decade more sushi for my little guy and king crab legs for my oldest. So we did that. We toasted some bubbly apple cider and said goodbye to 2016. So I definitely have space in here to have added additional items, and I had some just random pieces from my sister's wedding that I stuck in here. I have some other cards, birthday cards and items that what I will do is use one of the Studio Calico bags, and I'm gonna put that in the back, and so that'll just be a little storage area. But that's volume 5 done and complete. So I hope that you have a sense of, I think, what worked well for me, some of the things that I'm going to change. I'm pretty sure I'm switching to the 9 by 12 format. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm going to use a 12 by 12 album and cut items down, or whether I'm going to take the plunge and purchase the 9 by 12 album and supplies. So again, let me know kind of your favorite go-to either technique or product for 2016, and whether or not you'll be using that product or technique moving into 2017. So until next time, bye! And you know what? Hug!